What are examples of being picked last in gym class as an adult? Let's get a group photo together. Hands you the phone. That's when you raise it up and take a selfie with them in the background. And they all make this face. When everyone goes out for walk, coffee, lunch at work, and no one asking if you want to join. My first job as a teenager was at a family fun park. Go-karts, mini golf, arcade, etc. My older sister got me the job. When I started, there was one clique that always did stuff together and never invited outsiders, that my sister was a part of. Once that group went to college and my group became the prevalent group, I noticed pretty quickly that we were forming a similar clique. So I made it a point with them that every single new hire got at least one invite for after-work Denny's, etc. Everyone got at least one chance, which as a result meant that even more of us ended up friends and working together better. I'm still friends with a lot of those people, and it's been 20 years since I worked there. No one replied your message in a WhatsApp group, and they carry on with other conversations. Worse, when you suggest something and everyone ignores you, but then someone else in the group suggests the exact same thing, and suddenly everyone's all enthusiastic about it. Being sat at the randoms table at a wedding? Been there, except it was my dad's wedding to his second current wife. My dad didn't invite me to his second wedding. Yeah, my brother and I weren't even told about our dad's second wedding to his affair partner. Mom had to break the news after she saw it in the paper. Years later, I reconnected with a younger cousin on his side, and among her memories of us was, I remember being flower girl in my dad's wedding. So she was in his wedding, but his own children weren't even told. And my half-sister wonders why we cut contact with her wonderful daddy. I remember when my boyfriend's P relationship with one of his closest friends, M, changed forever. We were all mid to late 20s at the time, and M lives a good hour and a half away, but they've been close since they were teens, like really close. M was getting married. Hooray! P waited for the message or letter inviting him into the wedding party, but it never came, and he saw the party announced on FB. He shrugged it off. Probably wasn't in the party because our distance made it inconvenient. That's fine. Until the actual wedding. I could see how much it hurt when we were sat at a table in the back of the room with complete strangers. We had a good time in general, but I don't even think we got to talk to the bride and groom for more than 10 seconds. He felt completely left out of what he thought was one of his closest friends' biggest days. Even worse, when we found out M literally hated one of the guys he chose as his groomsman, openly stated he wished he chose P instead, and literally never talked to the other guy after the wedding. Then he got divorced and remarried a few years later. A very good decision on his part. Zero judgment there, trust me. P still wasn't in the wedding party. We don't visit at all anymore, really. Most I've interacted with M and his wife in years has been liking family update pictures. Being sat at a randoms table at both of his weddings seems to have played a huge part in literally killing what was, at the time, an almost decade-long friendship. I mean, they're still friends and on speaking terms. It's just not like it was, at all. Being forgotten to be invited to the corporate lunch. At work, we recently got a new manager after our last one decided to step down for mental health reasons. She popped by work, and one of my coworkers decided to take lunch to chat with her. Then they decided to take shots and invited my current manager to join as a team building moment. I mean, I wasn't invited. If I was, I may have told them it's stupid to call your boss while you're on the clock and ask him to take shots with you. I was also the one that didn't get yelled at for taking shots in the middle of work, when there's a holiday party that everyone else was invited to. Hearing them talk about where it is, what to bring, how great it will be, when they're just a few feet from you. At my first job out of school, I was brought on as a temp to work on a specific project. It was full-time for a 3-year term, so not like I was just there for a few weeks or something. I ate lunch in the break room with these folks, shared offices with them, and all the stuff you'd do in a normal workplace. I just wasn't a permanent employee, and they left me out of everything. Staff holiday party that everyone in the organization is invited to? Guess I'll stay back at the old ranch and eat my turkey sandwich by myself after hearing you talk about it for weeks. Major announcement about starting a $20 million capital campaign? I'll just read about it in the newspaper. I think the weirdest was someone who I saw on a daily basis announcing her retirement, but I didn't hear about it until after she'd left and I hadn't seen her for a few weeks. It felt pretty hurtful and like I was a second-class citizen. After about a year, I became very resentful about it. You have relationships with people and get to know them, but they leave you out of everything. It was a really weird vibe. I hate it when I either keep trying to say something or I'm in the middle of saying something and I get cut off because someone talks over me. Sometimes I'll keep trying to say something more than once, but I just keep getting cut off. It's like WTF, don't you hear me talking? Me. Hey, there's this thing where... Cut off. A few minutes later. Me. There's this thing. Cut off. A minute or so later. Me. There's this thing where... Cut off. A couple minutes later. Me. Did you know there's this thing? Cut off. Usually I give up on the 4th or 5th try. Seriously, why the hell do people do this? One time my friend called me and said she made a box of cookies for me, but I have to pick it up at another friend's house. I was so happy thinking that she must have really valued our friendship to make a box of cookies for me. And then I went to Facebook and found out that they, my friend and the one that has the cookies box, had a party where they made cookies and I wasn't invited. The box that she wanted to gift me was hers. She made it, then forgot to bring it home, but CBF to come back to pick it up. I just happened to live near the house where they held the party. Brother's B-Day, brother gets celebration. My B-Day, brother gets celebration. Haha, I know that one. My brother always got his favorite cake for his birthday. For my birthday, my mom always baked his favorite cake too. XD edit because I want to share this irony with you. My mom unexpectedly came by and dropped off a piece of cake. You can guess which cake, right? LOL. I worked at my last job for 4/5 years. It was customary when someone left the job to get them a card or a cake or something. It was a bakery, so cake was very accessible, lol. I was personally the one who bought the card, got everyone to sign multiple times, but when I left, I didn't get a card or anything. So that kind of sucked. Not getting an invitation for the wedding, only the reception afterwards. While the rest of the friend group get invited, including their partners. Personally, I'd be over the moon to be able to skip the ceremony and just hit the reception. Nobody told me or my sister that grandma died. Because they didn't want us to tell our dad. Because they didn't want him at the funeral. Wow. Fuck the people who put you through that. I'm so sorry they did that. You did not deserve that, neither did your dad. When I was a waitress, I had a boss that loved to gush about his employees to customers. A VIP customer came in once and he took them back to the kitchen to introduce the 4 servers that were working. And this is the amazing Sam who has her own fashion line. And this is the fabulous Jessica who just graduated college and is just as intelligent as she is beautiful. Etc. When he got to me, I could see him freeze up and he started stuttering. And this is me. He legitimately couldn't think of anything nice to say about me. It was so humiliating and hurt like crazy. I'm a console video game player who doesn't game that much. My gamer buddies are a little bit younger, with fast PCs and seemingly endless time to play. I just want to be included and regarded as good just once by them. But by the time the game is crossplay or I figure it out, they're over it, beat it, and on to the next game. I'm lonely and can't even get people to play video games with me anymore. An extra person that doesn't matter if I'm present or not. Share your opinion in the comments and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more stories.